I'm giving somebody the blues today.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we have a lot to discuss, so I'm just going to dive right into the topic. The first thing is Claudio. We've been talking a lot about Claudio. We've seen the teaser. We've seen his official character art, or whatever you would call this. But also, too, one of the things that was pointed out about Claudio's design is that he's kind of like inspired by a priest. High Buff Gigs has a good comparison here, and I want to see how that play out. That's all I will say. Once again, on the topic of consoles and Tekken 8 not being on the past gen, Microsoft says they have moved on to Gen 9. Xbox Series. No internal teams are now working on games for older gen consoles. And once again here, you have just the past generation dying. If Tekken 8 really is coming a year from now, you can just see how like it's time to move on. Also on the topic of the beta, you know, the whole Tekken 8 CNT, oh my god. The memes speak for themselves. You have a tweet here from Brawl Pro. I keep reading this as, I don't even know if I can say that. YouTube will clap my cheeks. Big target, they won't miss. But basically Eurogamer, they make a news article that kind of summarizes the reaction to the name itself. Fans in a flap over Tekken 8 closed network test logo. A flap is a weird way to describe it, but hey, do your thing. A lot of people were wondering why they didn't go with CBT, closed beta test. But I guess CBT means cognitive behavioral therapy. And basically that's like a huge long list of like medical terms and associations. Depression, anxiety, physical health. So I can see why they didn't want to do that as well. But another thing, we finally have an update to this mysterious $1 million tournament. I seen on Reddit just the other day someone was asking like, this tournament was announced and we haven't heard anything since. What's up? Well, Gamer8 Esports, they tweet out more information and they tell us exactly what's up. It's time to unveil the list of participants at Gamers8 Tekken 7 Nations Cup. 16 teams are invited, 3-on-3 format, $1 million is the prize pool. It's in Saudi Arabia and the date is from July the 6th to the 9th. And I really hope, I know a lot of people are skeptical about like, is this a scam? You know, the last time a tournament in Saudi Arabia was held, you know, the money, this and that. But I hope this one really plays out like perfectly. I think this could definitely do basically what Tekken 7 did a while ago, and it could put a, you know, team, a region, a part of the world on the map. Like for example, I know we're all looking at Pakistan, Korea, EU and stuff like that, but think about like if South Africa comes away with the win, Bolivia, Thailand, like there's some other strong regions of the world, and I think this is definitely could be their moment to shine. In other news, Punk the God. Some of you guys may be aware of this, but oh my god, if you're not, let me tell you what happened. So I guess there was a tournament that happened quite recently. They have Punk the God's name up here, and they have his pronouns as woo-wee. This is crazy. And then also for the other person too, also for X Spoon X, their pronouns is the pronouns. Their pronouns.
So I don't know why all you little weird smash my stream right now, but y'all can get the out because I don't give a about no hungry box. He don't suck my dick. He don't do shit for me, bro. So you weird smash with y'all weird. Get the.
Someone said people clowning on Smash like the best Tekken player in the world wasn't outed for saying racial slurs last year. And then Hayes says, how did Tekken even get brought up? And Emily was not the best Tekken player. So I don't know if you guys know who Emily is, but basically last year Emily was this up and coming player, right? They sort of dominated in the online era of Tekken, right? The online tournaments, the pandemic, all that. But then once we started transitioning back to offline, their talent carried over, right? They weren't just like an online abusing the bad netcode. They were actually good in real life. They won a few tournaments, they were doing good, but then they ran against Shadow. They came up against Shadow, but he wasn't using Claudio. At the time, he was using Kazuya, and his Kazuya was pretty nasty. Emily ate a couple 50-50s, 1-2 mini hell sweeps, and they basically went ballistic. They went crazy. They started using slurs. They started attacking Shadow. I think at one point in time they like punched someone in a tournament. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But eventually Emily apologized, right? The whole community dogpiled, as they do. They dogpiled, the person apologized, and they said they were going to step away from Twitter, and pretty much that was the last we heard of. Okay, another topic. See, this isn't even news, but this is just something that frustrates me. Frustrating. Okay, you guys know how you guys all spam Harada. At Harada on Twitter, put this in the game, don't put this in the game, this, you guys just send your tweets flooding Harada. But then when he responds to your tweets, to your spam, why do people delete their tweets, delete their accounts? I went and got screenshots here. You guys can see the screenshots. So many times where people bombard Harada with whatever, and then once he responds, they delete their accounts, private their accounts, delete their Twitters. What's up with that? That's so weird to me. Why do you do that? Why do you harass this man? And then when he responds, all of a sudden you try to wipe it from history. I don't know. But let's move on. Let's keep the chaos going, okay? Tekken Gamer here, they have a tweet, and I thought this was really interesting. It says, character for character and blow for blow. Which fighting game universe is the absolute strongest? Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter. Like, of course people are going to defend the game that they play. Tekken defends Tekken, Mortal Kombat defends Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter defends Street Fighter. I mean, I would probably say Mortal Kombat is the strongest. And I know you guys are going to dislike and rage and, cry or whatever. But first off, someone in the comment section really made a good point. Mortal Kombat, they fight to the death. Tekken, they don't do that. Like Yoshimitsu and Brian Fury, if this was Tekken, one of those guys would have been dead already. They would have been turned into like a remnant version. They would have been a zombie and they would have died again. Tekken, they are so afraid of battle. Yoshimitsu is literally terrified of Brian Fury, and Brian Fury is literally terrified of Yoshimitsu. They would rather just beat up random cops and people on the street instead of facing their real foe. Mortal Kombat, they don't do that, bro. They really fight to the death and they hunt each other down. But also too, that doesn't really speak to their power, right? We know Tekken characters have power. Paul Phoenix, Kazuya, Harong, Jin, Ogre, Angel, right? They have a lot of power. And yes, you can make the argument that you have characters like Stryker, who's just a cop, and Stryker just beats up people with a taser and stuff. So I don't know. I think I would go with Mortal Kombat, because they have literal gods who can freeze time and stuff like that. And I don't know how you would stop that. Tekken, their characters are powerful, but they haven't displayed a power that can alter reality. But also too, I'm pretty sure Yoshimitsu, that sword that kills demons, if he was to touch Scorpion, Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, all of those outworld foes, they would probably crumble with one.
Why are you telling me these things?
It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole.